And with that, welcome back inside the ballpark. It's time for another edition of TinChattin, or should I say, Tenderloin Chattin'.
Ooh.
That man's Mike Maahs. I'm Justin Prince. Mike, they're taking on a different identity for the rest of the week. They're the Hoosier State Tenderloins.
Yes.
What a unique concept, number one, after the famed breaded sandwich of our wonderful state that we live in. And then, how about those uniforms?
They're neat.
They're really cool. I'm actually digging the uniforms. I love the minor league baseball, the way that so many teams do so many different things with so many different uniforms. This has been one of my favorites so far.
Yeah, and there have been many. And in a couple of weeks, I'm going to have my annual chat with Tony Desplains, the creative director for the TinCaps, and he designs the huge majority of the special jerseys. But they're neat, and they're going to be worn. They were worn Thursday night. They'll be worn Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So 4 days, the fans here.
Yeah. So if you haven't gotten
get a
out,
chance to see them.
Yeah. If you haven't gotten out, make sure you come down to the ballpark and see them. And Mike, if people come down to the ballpark, they're still going to get to see as of tonight, first place ball club in the Midwest League East Division. The TinCaps winning tonight, Dayton losing tonight, meaning they are tied back atop that division.
And we give thanks to the Beloit Skycarp for knocking off Dayton tonight.
My hometown.
And yeah, I remember when they were the Snappers, but that's another story for another day. Dayton has been the hottest team in the league by far over the last 3.5, 4 weeks. And at one stretch, they had a 9-game winning streak. And fortunately for the TinCaps, they lost tonight at home to Beloit. TinCaps got a huge win.
Yeah, they did.
And tonight we're doing this almost at the crack of midnight, but on Thursday night after the TinCaps game, a 10-0 shutout over first half Eastern Division champ Great Lakes. And the pitching was there, the hitting was there once again. We'll talk briefly in a bit about the series at West Michigan last week, but in the 3 games that have been played, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, TinCaps have won 2 of the 3.
Fifth inning's been the big one for them.
And in each occasion, they've scored 10 runs in the ball game. They lost 5-2 on Wednesday night, but they've won the other 2. The offense has finally shown signs of life. And I know we're going to talk in a few minutes about perhaps the ringleader right now. And he's a smart guy who went to play college baseball at Duke University.
Yeah, heck, let's just talk about him right now, Mike. We talked about the man last week on the last week's episode of TinChattin, but Graham Pauley has not cooled off in the slightest. Another homer tonight, had a homer on Tuesday night, I believe.
Right.
He's got 11 homers and 27 RBI in 30 games with the TinCaps. Mike, that's unbelievable.
And you and I talked before we started taping. Nathan Martorella is the league leader in both home runs, runs batted in, and I believe on base percentage. I'm not 100% sure on that. But Nathan has played 98 of the 99 games that have been played prior to Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got 16 home runs and 69 runs batted in. And Pauley has played 30 games.
He's played a third of the games.
He's got 11 home runs, 27 runs batted in. And I know we briefly touched about it last week. A lot of his home runs have come at crucial points of the ball game.
Yeah. I mean, tonight's came in the first inning.
Yes.
You know, they were coming off of a little bit of a down game yesterday. Offense wasn't quite there, and who's to the rescue? Graham Pauley comes to the rescue right away in the first inning, smacks a 2-run homer, and it was curtains from there.
Yeah, and then also sending 11 batters to the plate in the 5th inning.
Yep.
And scoring 6 runs, 2 of them coming on a home run from Kervin Pichardo.
He cranked that baseball.
Yeah, I'm told it went, I think they said it went 395 feet.
Yeah.
And he smashed it. The TinCaps lead the Midwest League in home runs. And with the 2 home runs on Thursday night, I believe they've now hit the century mark. TinCaps have never, in the 30-year history that they've been in the Midwest League or in minor league baseball, they have never led the league in home runs hit as a team. They're in a race with a couple of other teams, but with the two on Thursday night, they now have 100 home runs on the year. And let's take it one step sideways, so to speak. We all know what Fernando Tatis Jr. did in 2017 with his franchise record 21 home runs, beating by one both Jacob Patterson, who did his 20 in 1997, and Hudson Potts, who played alongside Tatis at third base in 2017. And there are 33 games left in the regular season heading into play on Friday. And both Martorella with 16, and we can include Pauley with 11, have a legitimate shot at catching Fernando.
Yeah, they really do.
And a piece of franchise history perhaps awaits.
Yeah, it absolutely will. Getting back to the present part, though, coming up, Mike, the TinCaps, they've won 5 of their last 9 with the 2 victories here so far this week. They split last week up in Michigan, up at West Michigan. And now after they've got a couple more here at home this week, and then they hit the road next week once again.
And they go to Lansing, and it's kind of surprising in this year where the major leagues have gone to a, quote, balanced schedule. Not the case in the Midwest League.
Yeah.
Because this will only be the second 6-game series of the year with the Lugnuts. They played 6 games here earlier. They're going to play 6 games next week up in Lansing, as compared, if all the games are played, 24 games against Dayton, 24 games against Great Lakes. They've already played 24 times against Lake County, and yet they're only playing 12 times against Lansing. Yes, the Lugnuts have had a rough year, rougher than the TinCaps, but you and I both know on any given night, anything can happen.
Yep.
And when you're in a pennant race, you have to make sure you maintain your composure and combine it with your desire and determination to come out with wins. And that's what they have to do this weekend against the Loons, next week up in Lansing against the Lugnuts.
Yeah, big games here moving forward for the next, 4 or 5 weeks as the season comes to a close. And, hopefully, we get to continue talking about this team being a possible playoff team down the stretch.
And again, the Hoosier Tenderloin Series now stands at 1-0.
Yes, it does.
3 more games left to be played. And this hopefully will give you and maybe our viewers a little chuckle. We heard a report, and I want to say it was in the 6th or 7th inning tonight, that between 400 and 500 tenderloins had been sold here at the ballpark.
You love that.
And it's caught a lot of attention, not only around Indiana, but around the country. And so here's another chance for the fans of the TinCaps here in Fort Wayne to strut their shoulders a little bit and show America what Fort Wayne is all about, both as a city and here fans supporting a very good minor league baseball team.
Yeah, absolutely, and they sure saw a lot of that support tonight, and looking forward to seeing a lot more support here down the stretch. That's going to do it for another edition of TinChattin, though. As always, he's Mike. I'm Justin. We're back same time, same place next week. Elijah and I are back with more in the locker room right after this break.